Would you believe that you can get a Windows 10 tablet/laptop for under $100? I can say I didn't think you could, but here you have it. This is the Nextbook Flex 10. Let's take a look at it. As you might expect, for $100, well, I paid about $106 with 6% Kentucky sales tax on it. You're not going to get anything that's going to blow you away, but this is a 10.1-inch tablet. It's got a 1280 by 800 IPS display. Just looking at some of the specs on the back of the box, 10.1-inch high resolution, 1280 by 800 resolution, Intel Atom quad-core Z3735F processor, quad-core, front and rear-facing cameras, not going to use them, 32 gigs of onboard storage with a micro SD card slot, 2 gigs of RAM, 7,000 milliamp hour battery, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, HDMI, well, micro HDMI, 3-axis G sensor, and a keyboard with 2 standard size USB 2.0 ports. But let's stop talking about it and let's dive in. This is definitely surprisingly hefty. You know what, we'll hold off on that for now. Moving on down in the box, you got all your guides, your please don't return this to the store, instruction manual, quick start guide, and power brick. And it says it outputs 5 volts at 2.5 amps. So not entirely sure why this couldn't have been micro USB, but we take what we get. Moving on over to the tablet and its super safe compartment here. There you have it. Wow, that is a blue color. It's not even playing right here on camera, but that is like a vibrant neon metallic blue. Wow. So you can see protruding here from the back that 2.0 megapixel camera, never going to get used. You have a Windows key, up and down volume rocker, power button, micro SD card slot. On this side of the tablet you have nothing. On this side of the keyboard you have a USB port. On this side of the tablet you have what looks like a hard drive activity light, micro HDMI, micro USB charging port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and another USB port, full-size USB port on the keyboard. Get this big, sort of robust feeling hinge on the back here. On the bottom you've got 4 non-skid rubber feet. This is actually on the keyboard portion. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. I will say this is heavy. This feels solid. And because I did forget to point it out, these look like 2 fan exhaust ports. I don't know if there's actually going to be a running fan inside of this or not. I'm hoping that's just heat dissipation. Let's open it. Ooh, that's actually got a really nice hinge to it. So there's your tablet screen, there's your 10.1-inch 1280 by 800 IPS display with a screen protector on it. That's interesting, because it has a little peel away tab here that says peel this away first. There's your traditional keyboard, just sort of chiclet style keys. Not bad. Actually, just tapping away at it a little bit, it feels pretty good. I'm surprised. If you want to take the tablet off, you just push this button in and pull up. There you go. Now we are separate. And you do have this peel off before the application. So I'm guessing that maybe the screen protector on it is not applied correctly, I would guess. But that's okay. I'm not that concerned about it. It was a $100 tablet. Let me go ahead and put all this back together. And actually that went together surprisingly easy as well. Just so you can see that again, here are the 2 little places it's going to connect. You've got 2 little protrusions to hold it in place, and then you've got your little pins on the keyboard dock. And on the bottom of the tablet you have the 2 insertion points as well as those pin points. You just kind of slide them together and it clicks into place. I mean, that's a really nice firm connection. Now it will not bend back any farther than this, so if you needed something to lay flat, it's not going to do that. And I was kind of curious if it could face in here backwards, but it does not appear to want to do that. Not a big deal in my opinion. If you wanted to show somebody something and you didn't want to show them the keyboard, you could always just take it off and hand it to them because it's small. But let's go ahead and get it powered up. So we're gonna hit this power button here on the back. Nothing's happening. Oh, yep, something is happening. It says Nextbook. This is gonna be a bit of a weird angle, but we'll figure it out. You probably can't see that because it's far away, but it says, hi there, let's get a few things out of the way. So we'll select our language, our location information. To make it a little easier on me and on the eyes, there we go. We'll just pull it off the keyboard dock. We'll accept our legal information, get connected to Wi-Fi. And for this, I can connect it right back in and get to test this out. That's actually not a bad typing experience at all. Use express settings, just want to get going. I know that's privacy issues, but we'll deal with it. And it says hi. So apparently we're almost done. But I'm gonna go ahead and take just a couple of minutes, get this all finished setting up, and be right back with you. Well, would you look at that? I gave it my login information on setup, and we're done. We're in. This is Windows 10. I have not actually installed anything on this, haven't done anything other to it. Let's see if I can change the brightness. There it is. If I go into the power settings here, you can see 40%, 50, 75, 100. So that's the brightest it's gonna go. At least brightest on battery. You can kind of see the panel is doing a really weird thing in the camera there, but not bad. Now normally I would only use Microsoft Edge to download Chrome. I'm just not sure how Chrome is gonna run on this, because like I said, it does have 2 gigs of RAM, and Chrome does tend to eat RAM. Go to chrome.google.com. There we go. After a little bit of weird quirkiness, I had to actually go ahead and sign into my account again, verify identity and everything. Now it does appear to be working. It was not even letting me go to websites, but we're on the Google Chrome page. I can hit download now. I'm gonna make Chrome my default browser. And other than that, before I get to anything else, let's pop this up and just see what applications come pre-installed. Over here on the side, I see a lot of stuff that's just Windows 10 standard stuff. You've got a lot of Office stuff pre-installed. It does come with, I think, a month of Office 365 for free. It's got Get Office, Get Skype, Get Started. Lots of stuff that's not actually pre-installed, which I'm actually okay with. Microsoft Solitaire Collection, you know, because that's what you do with Windows. Nook, OneDrive, OneNote, lots and lots of Microsoft stuff. I actually kind of expected there would be a lot of pre-installed Nextbook specifics, not happy stuff, I guess. But no, there's next to nothing installed on this. That's great. And just this little teeny bit I've been using it is starting to get a little bit warm back here on this side. I can only assume this is actually where the CPU is. And by the way, this is just bugging me, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off too. There we go. That's a long peel. Wow. There are some people that really enjoy that. Now, the little bit of time I have spent with this, whenever I was setting everything up, I noticed there were some weird issues with the keyboard. I say weird issues, there's one issue I noticed in particular, and that's that the E key is not terribly responsive. So, for example, if I type Notepad, and I just start typing into it, my name is Jordan. Yeah, sometimes keys will get missed, but if you're deliberate about it, it seems to work pretty well. Yeah, you have to actually push the keys all the way down, give them a little bit of force so it'll actually activate and work properly. I did have to go back and retype several bits of that just because it was having issues typing it. And you may have noticed we do have Chrome installed now, so we can get out of Microsoft Edge browser and just never ever use it again. Hasn't quite figured out we're not on the keyboard anymore, so I had to pull this up manually. And actually typing on this display isn't that bad either. And so we'll go to my YouTube channel. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but my YouTube URL has changed now, so you can go to youtube.com/JordanKeys to get to my channel now. And as you can see, that pulled up my channel, pulls up my suggested video.
Hello again, guys. Relatively quick video for you today. I've had the DJI
playing
Osmo
video.
since it released, basically.
It's at 100.
I've used it a huge amount. Made a couple of videos about it here and there, but actually using it day in.
Yeah, the speakers are just not good. They're very, very tinny, but it's pulled up to 720p. Let's see what happens if I put it to 4K, because this video that I happen to have here is a 4K video. I'm gonna give it just a minute, because it's gonna need it. And apparently I was completely wrong before. These little grills on the back, they're not heat dissipation grills, they're actually speaker grills, because there's one speaker on each side. And like I said, they're not particularly good speakers. But we do have a little bit of this video that has pre-cache. Let's see what it does. Yeah, I kind of expected that. And actually, while we're waiting, I just happened to pull this up here. 93% battery life remaining, 3 hours and 16 minutes of battery life. That's if I'm using it the way that I'm using it, with the screen turned up as bright as it is. It might change if I turn the screen brightness down and everything. Now, one thing I think would be really cool would be if this had come with a battery inside of it as well. You know, you can use USB ports on it. It would be nice if this were a battery also, such that, you know, I'm using this on the go and, oh no, the battery's getting low, plug it into the keyboard, and instead of the keyboard just draining more battery from it, the keyboard would provide battery. But no, I put it on there, it's not charging, just to make sure. We'll scale it back down to 1080p and see how that works.
Over that one, beginning of March of this year.
Actually, that's working quite well. But again, this is a 1280 by 800 panel, so it doesn't even need to run at 1080p. It defaulted to 720, and it looked good. Looking at the display just up close and personal on it, it's got very good viewing angles. I mean, obviously it's 1280 by 800, so it's not going to be the ultra high resolution anything. But if we get up super close on it, you're not seeing pixels, you're not seeing real ugliness or anything. As I said before, you get it to different viewing angles, and the viewing angles are really good. Normally on a panel of this price, you're going to see some terrible viewing angles, but this is not bad. This is not bad at all. It's not going into a negative. It's not going non-viewable when you turn it. I'm actually really impressed so far. And you do also have all of these extra things that I haven't even touched upon yet. So I'm gonna be spending some time with this. I'm gonna try using it just probably more as a around the house, oops, I need a laptop, I gotta look something up and I can't do it on my phone, probably sitting in the living room for something like that. So I'll be testing this out over the next little while. If you have any questions or comments about it, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. But as far as I'm concerned, $100 for this is absolutely a steal. It's got great build quality. It has an excellent feel in the hand. So let me know if you'd like to see more about this little laptop tablet combo hybrid thing. I'll put a link to where you can find it down in the video description. $100 over on walmart.com. I say this is absolutely worthwhile in my opinion. I can see sticking this into a backpack and taking it with me wherever I go. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave a thumbs up down below if you liked it. Subscribe to receive more content when it becomes available. We'll see you again next time.